That becomes Web3, where the community owns a share of their community. So they're working with the influencer. Right now, I watch you on YouTube. I'm being served ads for the privilege of watching it. Why should that be? Now, again, ads aren't inherently evil. What's evil is the fact that we're all getting monetized and nobody's getting a share of it or a significant share in it. And we can change that via Web3, where communities participate in the networks. Much like in Bitcoin, you hold a Bitcoin and you're now a network participant and you're incentivized to grow the network, which is why people get very passionate about it. Well, if your fans were interested in growing your network and they were going to get financial benefit from doing so, well, that digital marketing explodes. It changes everything.
Raoul Pal believes the creator economy will change for the greater good with the advent of Web 3.0 and give power back to the creators, giving them complete control over their content without relying on any monopolized platform. The power structures of the creator economy are rapidly changing. Creators are now in the driver's seat, being offered the opportunity to have greater individuality than ever before through Web3 creator platforms. When we think of content creators, examples include YouTubers and TikTokers creating content for their fans. This often results in limited revenue opportunities such as merchandise, subscriptions, ad revenue, or tipping, which in practice is only sustainable for the top 1% of creators who have amassed large followings. Today, creator platforms are taking too much income away from the actual creator. They do not provide options for creators to be discovered through their algorithms, and few provide direct ownership, where all stakeholders have a financial upside based on their contributions. In Web3, the definition of creator is changing as power dynamics shift from platforms to the creators and their communities. Today, the creator economy is no longer just about providing value to the platforms. It's about new forms of direct creator-community relationships. There's an opportunity for creators not only to offer more to their fans, including financial upside, but for both creators and their communities to finally be able to participate in the collective value that they help the platforms create. Raoul Pal shares his insights on how Web 3.0 will take the world and how it's going to benefit the creator economy. Let's hear it from him.
I think that all platforms will adopt it. And I've spoken to a lot of people at YouTube and I've spoken to a lot of people at Meta and all of this. I think they understand where this is going. And I think that they understand that Layer needs to be in charge of our own audience and therefore doesn't need a third-party advertiser. You may choose to, but you also don't want your eyeballs necessarily monetized without sharing some of the economics of that, which you do somewhat, but not a lot of. Yeah. And the ability for you to be rewarding fans with tokens and digital assets for your super fans and be able to engage with them on these platforms is going to drive the Layer network bigger and more vibrant. So now you're working directly for your fans. Right now, all you get is engagement. So you look at your Twitter numbers, you look at your YouTube numbers, that's all you're getting. And in exchange, you're getting a share of the ad revenue from Google, nothing from Twitter, and you're getting sponsorship revenue because you've got reach. But if you're in charge of your own sovereign state of Layer and you do it that way, where you've got your own system of tokens, NFTs, you give people access to you, so you can have 100 people on a Zoom call together, and they get to talk to you once every month, and given different layers of access, that becomes Web3, where the community owns a share of their community. So they're working with the influencer. Right now, I watch you on YouTube. I'm being served ads for the privilege of watching it. Why should that be? Now, again, ads aren't inherently evil. What's evil is the fact that we're all getting monetized and nobody's getting a share of it or a significant share in it. And we can change that via Web3, where communities participate in the networks. Much like in Bitcoin, you hold a Bitcoin and you're now a network participant and you're incentivized to grow the network, which is why people get very passionate about it. Well, if your fans were interested in growing your network and they were going to get financial benefit from doing so, well, that digital marketing explodes. It changes everything. So this is why it's going to change every business model, because if you think about a fashion brand, Nike or Adidas or anybody, They pay so much in marketing costs. They're paying to Google, they're paying to Facebook, they're paying to newspapers, they're paying to billboards, they're paying to conferences, they're paying. Now, if you tokenize that community, you can get rid of all of that layer of costs and get your audience or your community members to promote your products for you. Because they're going to be incentivized to go on TikTok and make videos about them or make YouTube content or tweets about it, because the more people who buy the product and come into the network, the more valuable the network becomes because the network gets a share of it. So let's say you're a music fan and you buy a token in Rihanna's new album and you buy the fractionalized part of one song, the IP for the first 3 months. So you're now going to go on TikTok all day and try and promote that one song. If that song becomes a hit, you'll make money from it. So that pop star now does not have to pay for marketing. She's not paying Google and Facebook. They're not doing anything. The members are doing it because they're incentivized to do it. Much like everybody in the Bitcoin network is incentivized to get people onboarded into Bitcoin because the value of Bitcoin goes up.
As you see, the current centralized social networks will try adopting crypto rather than opposing it, as these social tech giants believe the future is inevitable, and crypto technology will have its influence on these networks. Raoul shares on how this is going to happen. Let's hear it from him.
In terms of platforms, are we saying like Twitter's still going to exist? Will YouTube exist? Or will there just be one platform?
No, it'll be across everywhere. Now, does it mean that Meta screwed up and get it wrong and people leave? Possibly. Do Twitter adopt this fast enough? Who knows? It's bloody hard to build a new Twitter because there's 300 million people using it all day. So the most likely outcome is Twitter say, we're going to integrate this well, which is why I tweeted at Elon Musk, because this is where they're going to have to go if they want hyper engagement, if they don't want to sell ads and they want to create a reward system that makes Twitter a better place. Because therefore, if you're a bad network participant, then the value of the network goes down. So it stops people destroying networks. So it's going to be across all platforms. You won't even notice it. It'll just be part of what you do, much like you go into this financial world and suddenly you own shares in all of these things. Now they're on different stock exchanges. You can use different brokerages. You don't really care. You got a share in Apple. You got a share in, Facebook, whatever it is. So it's that world. It's a multi-asset world that operates across different chains that are, and we can transfer the assets from one to the other.
According to Subsocial, the centralized social media industry is plagued by global censorship, a lack of customization, unfair monetization, algorithm dictatorship, and a monopoly on network effects. Stani Kulichov, the CEO of Aave and a decentralized social media developer, believes that content creators should have a permissionless, censorship-resistant distribution channel with their audience. He tells Magazine that at least the people that are posting the content, creating the content, consuming it, sharing it, they would definitely benefit from decentralized social media. Michael Mara, founder and CEO of Enter, a social media application that runs on the DeSo blockchain, believes that decentralized social media is really about giving the power back to the people. According to him, one of the problems with centralized platforms is censorship, while another is monetization. But more on both of those later. The main reason behind Elon's Twitter purchase is all about freedom of speech. So let's wait and see how this man gonna take Twitter to the next level. Metaverse and Web 3.0 is popping up. You can start investing in them right now. The coins like Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Engine Coin, Gala, the sector as a whole, they just have $28 billion as market cap. They have more room to grow if you compare it with Bitcoin's market cap, which is $750 billion as of today. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more such videos. Until next time.